What is your name?
Danny.
Okay. Danny, how long have you been a Rastafarian?
Approximately 19 years now.
Wow, 19 years. And did you grow up a Rastafarian or did you change?
I changed at the age of 18.
Wow. And what inspired that?
Life.
Life.
Yes, all the different things in life. That was the most natural solution.
Alright, and how does Rastafarianism work? Do you go to church? Are there special rituals? How does it really work?
Well, for me, Rasta is life.
Right.
It's nature and it's very simple.
So,
And I am a church. I give praise to Jah.
Jah as in God Jah or Jah as in?
Jah as in Jah, the one true God that everybody supposed to be praying to, even if they call him in many different names.
God is your Jah.
Yes.
Alright, and so what do you think of vaccination?
Not good.
No.
Not good at all.
So how many of your children are vaccinated?
Well, 6 of them are.
6 of them are?
Yes, but not all the vaccinations, And after I found out about it, I stopped vaccinating
and how many are not vaccinated?
2 of them.
So what really pushed you towards it other than, the natural aspect? Did you have a bad experience or what is it?
Well, from maybe other people's experiences, and true that it's just not natural.
Alright.
When I follow up on it to inject my children with disease, it just makes no sense.
Alright. I did some research and it says that it's not actually, let's say, the disease, but like a weak, like extremely weak form of it to just create some antibodies and to give your body some strength. What is your view on that aspect? That your body needs that strength?
I still think that it's ridiculous because again, I don't mean to say what you're saying is ridiculous, but it's like you're breaking down the natural immune system. So again, it's just not natural. I think we were born, with everything. I just don't understand it. It doesn't make no sense for me to inject, even if it's a week, but why?
Well, it's to inject. Why? Because you gain strength.
From weakening your immune system?
Your immune system, let's say, is weakened for only a time. It's weakened for about a week. You fight it, and then after you have some memory cells that will help you, if you get that disease, help you fight against it.
But what about the people who cannot resist against it? Some people end up in a coma, and if that's the case, I don't want one of my kids to be the one in the 10,000 or whatever.
Okay.
So I don't want to be practiced on.
You're right. You don't want to be practiced on. So does that go for all vaccinations or is just specific to some? Because there are some that are for, let's say, STIs, like HPV virus. That's a very common virus. So is it specific or is it all for you?
For me, I'm against all vaccination. Maybe until further information, because again, there are herbal remedies for everything. And all the vaccination, they're based on herbal now, because they have animal pus and all kind of stuff in the vaccination, so they're not based on herbal remedies.
Right.
And if there is a sudden disease, there are herbal cures for every disease.
So in terms of what about medicine? What medicines do you use, if any?
Medicines. Well, right now, the only medicine I do use is Ventolin. That's the only medicine I use.
So for any illness that you have or your children have, you just solely use herbals?
Yep, herbals, headache.
So do you know the amount to use, or do you just use it? Because some people are afraid to use the pure form because they don't know and they really don't want to hurt themselves using free leaves of the paracetamol plant or something like that, because there are side effects too much.
Well, there are side effects, I guess, but just like the pharmacy will give you the pills in the bottle saying, take 2, 3, whatever. If you go to the herbalist, they can also tell you how much of the boost to take.
So your advice is go to herbalist, don't do any medicine.
Don't go to the drugstore. As they call it the drugstore. Yes, I think it's best because it's Mother Nature, you know. She make us, she take care of us, she give us everything we need. You know, jobless, everything we need. So, and all the medicine that they claim is so great, it's all based on plant anyway, until they add their stuff to it, with side effects. So why not just go to the real source?
Real source. I like that. Go to the real source.
Yeah,
Go to the real
no
source.
side effects.
No side effects. All right. Well, thank you again for meeting with me. I really appreciate your time.
No problem.
Good day. What is your name?
Yeah,
Tyron Allen, and you are a Rastafarian.
Rastaman.
A Rastaman. So you don't like the term Rastafarian, or?
Well, as a Rastafarian, normally the public use Rastafarian, but as Rasta people, they will normally identify ourselves as Rastafari.
Rastafari. Okay.
In the biblical term, they say have a thing where they say, you shall, from the time you see them, you shall be identified, the children of the Most High. From the time you see them, they shall be identified. And from the time you see a Rasta man, you identify him. And Rastafarian is a name of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie. So that's why we call ourselves that.
Alright, so Emperor Selassie. So do you consider him your god, or somebody you worship, or?
Well, I could say my God, but maybe to your understanding, what you maybe have of the concept of God might be someone above us in the sky or something like that. But African tradition, whoever sits on the black throne is the God and King. So we know that culture from a long time. So we accept His Majesty as our God and King. So
saying Haile Selassie, I would just be another way of saying God. So I would say God, I worship God and give all my praise to God. You say John, all praise to Selassie.
As I said again, it's a concept.
Right.
Because I don't think of God as a person in the sky. But like most people, when if they say God and they close their eyes, they see like a white bearded man in the sky. I don't see that.
So what do you see?
God is, for me, is everything in one. You see? Because without the human being, we don't have the significance of God.
Right.
So it's the human being himself that say God.
Right.
So it's actually human beings that create God.
Okay. So how long have you been a Rasta man?
Well, Rasta is an inborn concept, so I will say that you were born so. But in growing up, I really have been Catholic. My parents, not my full parent, my mother and her parents were Catholic, so I actually grew up in that. From the age of 12, I started to get different information, right? A matter of fact, the information about Haile Selassie as King of Kings, somebody relayed that to me and they told me, go and look at that in the Bible. And I went, I looked at it, and he told me, look up the names of Haile Selassie, and that was his name, and it was in Revelation 5:5. So that was one of the times I started to pick up on Rastafari movement, but at the age of 12, you know. For my dad, he grew up in that Rastafari culture, so it was embedded in me already.
Alright, so you kind of grew up within all of that already.
The background of Rasta, picking the food, the ital foods, the noxing.
So from your childhood and from growing up, what is something, being a Rasta, a child of a Rasta man, what is something that has kept with you throughout your childhood?
Well, it's always been back that consciousness within us, you know, because from going to school again, we learn about slavery, and then from slavery we get to know that we start to vote and all this type of things, and we got independence and things. But a lot of us have forgot our roots. So what the Rastafari has done now, they have identified themselves with their roots, so and create a liberty where we are now, which we call Rastafari.
Alright. And what is your view on vaccination? Do you believe in it or don't you?
Well, Rasta people, I think, is a negative in a sense where vaccination is where they put a lot of diseases, or I won't say diseases, but a lot of different
chemicals.
Not chemicals, but they use bacteria, all type of different stuff. put inside of it to say to prevent those things from happening to you. But in the Rastafari liberty, we have examples of persons that haven't took those things and have grown from child to adulthood, and the type of disease and sickness people are getting, they don't get that, you see. So it's not to just say like we not believing in it, but we actually have results of persons not taking vaccine and living healthy and normal life.
So you don't see the need to get vaccinated?
No, because they really and truly they're telling you, they're preventing you from a thing that you're not even sure you're gonna get, you know?
Right, but they say, it's better to be safe than sorry. So you might get vaccinated too. In the future, you never know what you might get. So you might as well take your vaccination and, be safe in the future, because you never know.
What happens is when you take the vaccination, that is when you're vulnerable to get those type of diseases.
But
that is the in the liberty, that's what we have observed. As to, like me, as I said, I born of parents of the Catholic, so I really actually have my vaccine. But I know another guy, same age as me, is father, everybody, Rastafarians, no vaccine, and when I look at it, I never really went disease chicken pox apart from that, but apart from that, he don't get none of those things, those things never bother him, the young healthy and things, so we don't have an example where a disease such like that come and attack someone by not taking that. So I can speak on that.
Alright, so there's a vaccination, the HPV, the human papillomavirus vaccination, and it's a sexually transmitted disease where you can probably get cervical cancer. It's linked to cancers, and they say that that vaccination is best to take, especially in the US. It's best to take so that you don't get it, because it's asymptomatic thing that you will not know. You probably won't know until 10 years later when you get the cancer and you realize you have that disease. So in that case, you took that vaccination, and the person that took the vaccination 10 years before, they didn't get it because they prevented it, and the person 10 years later that didn't get the vaccination probably got it and they got cancer. What do you say to them now?
I don't expect the whole world to be Rasta people, but if you follow the Rastafari guideline, no way you can get that.
So what is the Rastafari guideline?
Well, we do it is healthy living, for sure. I tell we do meat, fish, we do nothing eyes, mouth and nose, So we try our best to utilize a lot of vegetables and fruits and stuff like that. So make your food be your medicine and your medicine be your food. That's our principle. So
where does your protein come from if you don't eat fish or meat?
Okay, well, we have a lot of varieties of beans. Then you could still jump to the beans and get byproducts of beans, where you have soya, tofu and stuff like that. So as growing up again in school, education is the key. When you're a child, you need a lot more protein. When you're an adult, you don't really need too much protein. So the amount of protein in peas is good enough for the human body.
So for children, Rastafarian children, do parents give their children meat when they are younger, or they just give them more beans when they are younger?
Yeah, they don't normally do the beans. Okay, just take for example, you see an elephant, it don't need no meat. You see a cow, it don't need no meat. You don't need the grass and drink water. And you see so you actually designed to do it. Your teeth in your mouth, right? When you bite the first food, is your incisors, and then you send it back on the back of your jaw to make your molars to crush it.
Yeah.
You only have 4 canines. If you check a tiger, a lion, a dog, a cat, they have a lot of canines.
The food aspects. So for younger people, they get more beans than...
Well, I won't say much more beans, but we just try to utilize the beans. Trust me, the human body is not designed to eat meat. It's beans. As I explained already, a cow, an elephant, they don't eat no meat.
But our ancestors, the bush, I don't know how to describe them, but the natives, they used to hunt and they used to eat meat. So why how have we not been able to be suited for meat now?
Well, that may be true, but when we go deeper in African culture, we learn that African were the first ever people to create to deal with agriculture. And agriculture is the first science. A matter of fact, they say like women, because of their menstrual cycle, they got to understand agriculture in a better sense. So to say they were hunting, I don't really think that is true.
You don't think so?
Maybe one, two people hunt, but that a massive. A matter of fact, you see, like Egypt, Egypt was known for agriculture. That is why if you read biblical things, every time Israel have a problem with food, they come to Egypt. We master that. So agriculture is always our thing. So we always had enough fruits and vegetables and stuff like that. So as I said again, the body wasn't designed to do that. If you watch somebody eat meat, they might become obese, or they tend to get sick fast. Your body cannot really digest it too fast. A matter of fact, they say like there's certain meat like cow meat, it don't digest in the body, and people still eat those things. Yeah.
I from digestion, in school they said, your protein is broken down and so on. But now you say that it's not broken down. I feel maybe from the science aspect, it is broken down to an extent, but then through excretion, it's released out. So maybe it's just because we gain a lot of nutrients from the protein.
Another thing is, with Rasta, right, we educate ourselves and we re-educate ourselves, right? Because like when you go to school, they tell you Christopher Columbus discovered Dominica, right? You have to might write that in an exam. But he come and meet somebody there. How could you discover a place and you met somebody there?
That is true.
So now with the school really and truly they have a way of running the curriculum, right? So they might tell you the meat breakdown, but if you go in deeper research, you will still see that certain meat don't break down in the human body.
So
that's a true thing because of the alkaline in your body. The human body is more alkaline, it's more electrical. So the acid of the meat really, it more cause diseases to the body. Whenever it breaks down, whatever it's sent back, it cannot deal with, they send it somewhere until it's ready to get a disease.
So on the subject of school, so is that why the school system, is that why many Rastafarians do not send their children to school? Because I know some homeschool their children. Is that why? Because of what the school may be teaching?
Yes and no still, right? It's very important to send your child to school. Reading and writing is very important. Once you can read and write, you're supposed to be able to man over a lot of things. When you start to get understanding to yourself, you read something and you can understand it. You understand? But to say, well, on the sense of the school and what they teach is, they could have a different approach, a lot more different approach in teaching. As a matter of fact, the school system is more designed for women now. You find a lot of men dropping out of school and doing and all type of thing. So they need to create the school system a little more creative to keep the men and them there, because some fellas say, man, I like girlish thing, they mark all this and that and that. No, create it in a way now. The men and them love the vibes. They want to be part, they want to be entrepreneurs, they want to be farmers, they want to do businesses, not just sit down. All boys want to be gangsters now, you understand? So we need to grab on them and change the school system a little different, put some innovative thing to capture the male, but we don't want to say that we are against school and education and things like that. But it just have certain things they teach you in school. If you research it, you will see it makes no sense.
So you send your child to school, but when your child comes home, you talk to your child, build a relationship and find out what they're teaching and then help them grow and really understand the depth of it rather than just take what they get from school and just regurgitate it.
Well, with me, I'll just tell my child, whatever you learn in school, you try your best to give it back to them. We don't force the liberty on the children, because even in let's say like the order of Rastafari, when you reach the age of 18 and you have your mind of your own, you do what you want, you see? So they don't really force that on you. But because you're in the house, you grow up with the practice and the principles, so you will always hear what is Rasta, liberty, this. So after a certain time, you yourself just, you become that,
So other than healthy eating and education, what other Rastafarian rituals or beliefs are there?
Well, from we say Rasta, we have created arts and crafts, reggae music, as we say, the food style. We have created or the ritual services is more like the Naya Bengi service, So where we will go in our centers and we use the drums and the fire. If you watch, like I always use that point. If you watch any African movie, you must see drums and fire there, and that is one of the significant contact to our ancestors, the drums and the fire. So you see when you beat the drums, the rhythm goes down and to the fire and it goes out to the ancestors, it comes back to us, and that is where we get our strength from. That is the ritual measuring more or less. Yes. Alright. So apart from that again, I can say, is there still?
Yes, we're there.
Alright. Rasta, what again we do again? Agriculture to the fullness. Which are best, whether it's education, agriculture, our rituals, values as I mentioned.
So for your rituals, so you have the drums, you have the fire, what else do you have?
When we sing, we chant. Sometimes we use the Psalms of King David in the Bible. Sometimes we change it with around to suit us, we have reasonings, like we talk on any topic, We could talk from the lowest of things to the highest of things to make clarity out of things,
So on the talk of resistance for this research project, you said that for the Bible you might change it to suit your way. So for the Catholics and the Christians, they would say to change the Bible would be wrong because you're changing God's word and what He says and what they've written. What is your input on that aspect?
A lot. Let's say, first thing you said is God's words, and that's not true. That is really somebody that writes something and they say that is God's words. So it's actually a human being put that there, right? It wasn't really to say, well, God or something come up somewhere and just speak that, that's not true. Then, when we say we change it to our, like, in Bible they might say certain things that do pattern to us now. So we watch our ways today, and like let's say it have a psalm, they say, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He led me to lie beside the still waters. We will say, He led me to lie beside the moving waters, because we don't want to live beside no still water. We want to live beside a moving water where we can drink clean water and things to drink, you see. Why would I want to be beside a still water, you see?
So they would say I went to a Catholic school, and they said that there is something called divine inspiration, where the author of the book of the Bible, so let's say Matthew, the author of Matthew, gained divine inspiration from God. That's why they can see that God spoke those words. So they would have the red writings for what God said, and then the black writings for what the actual author wrote. What do you think about that?
Well, I can teach you something there, right? And you might have to do your own research. You see, Matthew, Luke, and John, one person that write that. One. A matter of fact, is Paul, the one they call him Paul. I write that whole story there. And now if you see Paul, if you research Paul, you might find Paul might be a person they call him Josephus. So if you really listen to that after, you research Josephus, you research Paul, and then you can find out a whole lot of different ideologies.
So again,
as to the Christian concept.
So again, that's where the education comes in, because another thing I learned was that there were different authors. They even have symbols for the different authors. I think one has a lion, another one has another symbol to represent each of the authors of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, because the scripture is so similar, but the way it's written, it's the same story, but just a different form of writing. It's going to
Okay, let's take an example again. Let's say when we talk about Moses, right? This is Moses that write the story. But he never, when you read it, he never say, I, Moses, or the Lord said unto I, Moses. He said, thou, Moses, or something like that. They never speak in the first person, they always speak in the third person. So you could see personally it wasn't Moses that write that. Moses, if he had write it too, he could not write about his death. You understand this? So it really and truly is, it could hold people, but if you take your time and you go and you check it out, it is somebody that write it and they said that it's Moses that write that. It is Matthew that write that. It is that. A matter of fact, Matthew, Luke and John, right? They write about Jesus, as they say, right? They were not, even if you check the times of when they say that name person was about, you don't have nobody call him Matthew, Luke and John, you know. Real thing I telling you there. Or just do your research.
I will do some more research. Okay, I think that concludes our talk. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you.